Hi guys, welcome back to Skinny is a Bad Word. Today we are going to talk about the Orangetheory app. If you're new to Skinny is a Bad Word, please keep in mind that I do not at all represent or work for Orangetheory Fitness. I am simply a member there and I like to vlog about my experiences working out at Orangetheory. So yesterday we decided to go on a bike ride, and it's a perfect way to get a little bit of extra exercise that's outdoors. I love my Orangetheory workouts and I do those every week, at least 4 times a week. But I also like to go out into nature and do like stuff out there, like riding bikes or running or hiking or different things. So that's actually one of the things that I really like about the Orangetheory app, is that you can do an out-of-studio workout and you can actually wear your heart rate monitor and see how many calories you burn. I think it's connected. Okay. So the first thing you would want to do if you're going to do an out-of-studio workout is you want to take your Orangetheory heart rate monitor, put it on. There's different types. You can get some that are a strap that goes underneath your chest. I personally hate those. I can never get them to sync or find my heart rate. My favorite one is the one that you wear up here. It always seems to find my heart rate no problem. So you just want to put on your heart rate monitor and you want to make sure it's kind of snug but not too tight. If it's too tight, it will chafe your arms and it will hurt. And next you want to make sure it's on. So you just turn it on by holding down right in the center of it. It's a button. If you hold it down long enough, it will turn on. Hello, turn on. It decided not to work just because I wanted to talk about it. So once you get your heart rate monitor turned on, it's good to charge it, which I forgot to charge mine, but once you get it turned on and synced with your app, you can actually push this button and you can do an out-of-studio workout. So yesterday I did that and it was able to track my calories and see how many calories I burned. So if you want to do an out-of-studio workout, all you do is click this button right here. And I will admit that I have had some struggles in the past getting my heart rate monitor to pair with the app. I'm not sure why, but a lot of times if I just fiddle with it and turn it on and off and keep trying, it eventually will pair. And I have noticed that with the new app in particular, even though it lists all these other workouts that you can do, supposedly, you can do an indoor run or an outdoor walk or an indoor walk or strength training or HIIT workouts, I seem to have a harder time getting my heart rate monitor to sync with any of those other workouts other than just pushing outdoor run. So I've gotten to the point where it doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I'm doing a bike ride or a hike, I just pair it and I click outdoor run and then it pairs. So if you were actually to leave the app on while you were going, you would watch and you would see that it would change colors with your heart rate the same way that it does at Orangetheory when you're working out in the studio. You have the gray zone, the blue zone, the green zone, the orange zone, and the red zone. And it keeps track of all of your time in those zones and your heart rate, and it tells you your total calories that were burned at the end. So not only does the app allow you to do out-of-studio workouts, which I super duper love, but one of my very favorite parts about the Orangetheory app is this little button here called Stats. So this little button right here called Stats is an awesome thing to go back and look at from time to time as you're working out at Orangetheory, because it keeps track of your overall everything that you've ever done since you've been going to Orangetheory. So for me, I've been a member since February 16th, 2016. I just looked it up. By the way, in the past I've said that I was a member for 4.5 years, but I had to actually double check that and I was wrong. It's only been 4 years that I've been going to Orangetheory, but that's okay. Even though it's only been 4 years, I really love to go back and look at this stats section because I can see all of the calories that I have burned for all of the workouts that I've ever done at Orangetheory or any of the out-of-studio workouts that I did where I was wearing the heart rate monitor. So it keeps track of these. If you guys remember, or if you didn't know, or if you did know, whatever, it takes 3,500 calories to make 1 pound of fat on your body. So the reverse is also true. If you're trying to lose weight, you need to have a deficit of 3,500 calories to lose 1 pound of fat. Now, if you're just starting out and you're just beginning like I was 4 years ago, that seems totally overwhelming, because if you have, 30 or 40 or 50 pounds to lose, then that would be how many calories? Let's say that you have 40 pounds to lose, times you need a 3,500 calorie deficit per pound. That is 140,000 calorie deficit that you need, which seems kind of overwhelming. But that's where this app comes in so cool, because it keeps track of all the calories that you've burned, so you don't have to do it. If you just look back over it, you can divide that number of overall calories burned by 3,500, and you can see how much you would actually weigh right now if you hadn't been working out at Orangetheory. So in my case, all time that I've been at Orangetheory, I have worked out for 391,121 calories. That's how many calories I have worked off since I've been working out at Orangetheory. So if I divide that by 3,500 calories, how many calories it takes to make 1 pound, I would weigh 111.75 more pounds than I weigh right now if I hadn't been working out at Orangetheory for the last 4 years. So that right there is probably one of the most useful tools in the Orangetheory app, I think, with the exception, of course, being able to book your classes, which is also super important. If you want to book your classes, you simply go down here to the little plus sign at the bottom, and it has a calendar, and you can scroll forward and see which class you want to go to. Of course, since I'm going to go on Monday at noon, I might as well just go ahead and book it right now. Monday noon, I push the plus sign, book it. Yes, I want to book it, and it says I will see you then. Let's see, what else? Okay, so the Orangetheory app also has this lovely thing called challenges, which I have to admit I've never really used. I'm not sure how they work. If any of you guys know how they work, let me know. Ooh, does it keep my benchmarks in there? Oh, it does keep my benchmark workouts in there. So it has my best 12-minute, which we just recently had the 12-minute distance run. I do the strider instead of the treadmill. So my best time was 6.5 miles on the strider. And I also have a 1 mile best, which was done in 4 minutes and 8 seconds. So that's really cool to know. This app actually keeps track of all of your benchmarks, and you can look back at any time and see what your benchmarks are. Ooh, I had a treadmill benchmark. My 12-minute treadmill benchmark says I got 7.7 miles. I know that's not correct. That must have been on the strider, and somehow it got put in on the treadmill. Rower. Ooh, what do I have for a rower? My best 200-meter row was 33 seconds. My best 500-meter row was 1 minute and 27 seconds, and my best 2,000-meter row was 6 minutes and 59 seconds. That's pretty good. All in all, I really like the Orangetheory app. It's got some glitches that I think they're still kind of working out, but it has a lot of cool features in there that you can kind of look back and refer to, and you can do out of studio workouts and burn additional calories beyond what you do inside the studio, and you can keep track of all of that. And you've got your stats and your challenges, and you, of course, can book your classes. So if you guys haven't already downloaded the Orangetheory app, I definitely recommend that you do that right away and book your Orangetheory classes. Alrighty guys, I will see you next time on Skinny is a Bad Word. Bye.